gets 50% off, bro. So.
She laughs because I was like, dude, that was an impulse question. I shouldn't have asked that, but I'm like, where do you go?
Come on, guys. Use
You
code
don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that. You do not have to answer that.
Order. And free shipping.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Adam and Eve is great.
Yeah?
My link still works.
Yeah, I bought some butt plugs off of Adam and Eve. Pretty solid.
Oh my god.
They're really good. Wow.
I'm in my 40s, so the only way I get wet now is by making my husband cry.
That's pretty funny.
Jesus Christ. With that, I'm going to use the bathroom again. Y'all can entertain the audience. Don't get me banned. Don't get me banned.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Neil.
What did the guy say? Pinch it quick.
Pinch it
Oh,
quick.
God.
No. Pinch it
Guys, I got
slow.
45% off one item I made.
Yeah, pinch it slow.
Yeah.
Slow pinch. Just.
Slow pinch.
Is he got it yet?
Nice pinch.
Yeah, oh yeah, Tippy went to go to the bathroom.
Fucking hell, he's pissed more than...
Well, I mean, he did have a whole bottle of moonshine, so...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, buddy.
I'm very jealous of that moonshine, by the way. I want some.
Right, how do I add a coupon to this?
I haven't been able to drink since, like, I was 30, so...
Oh my god, code BWC still works. Guys, code BWC still works.
Oh,
I'm curious
excuse
to
me.
you.
The only thing that I just found out just this past weekend, the only thing that I can drink that does not make me sick is whiskey bourbon. If I drink like a gin or yeah, if I drink gin or tequila, I feel gross the day after. So I don't drink any of that.
I used to be
I really like martinis.
I used to be like 360 pounds, and I developed fatty liver disease, so I have stage 2 liver fibrosis. So I can't drink or do like high sodium or anything like that, or else it'll go to cirrhosis. But I can live like this for the rest of my life. I don't use a lot of salt and I don't drink booze. So
that's a healthy lifestyle. No booze and no salt.
I don't have a very healthy lifestyle.
Let me double check. I don't know. Jump.
I prefer not being over 300 pounds, you know? So I'm good, like...
Yeah. I always thought it was interesting, because, like, a lot of people are like, being overweight is the worst, or you don't want to be super fat, but it's also, like, it goes the same with, like, bodybuilders that take high amounts of steroids, and they build, like, this huge body mass. Like, it's not healthy to be at that weight in general, whether it's fat.
I have a really tiny frame, so the weight was just killing me. You know, I'm just over 5'2". I mean, I've got I buy kids gloves. I'm sure Rum knows what I'm talking about, because you look like you got the tiny frame. You know what I mean? But at that much weight, I could barely walk. I couldn't carry myself. So now I'm down to, I mean, I still look kind of chubby, but it's just because I'm short. I'm down to 150 pounds.
No, you look amazing.
I can move, you know. It's great.
I'm kind of like on this weird end of the spectrum where, like, I kind of struggle with putting weight on. So for, like, a good majority, it's like, I've always been really underweight for my height, which, like, I'm only, like, 5 feet tall, so there's not a whole lot of weight for me to have.
I can tell you're tiny.
Yeah. So it's like, being 5 feet, I am now, like, at the heaviest I've ever been, which is about 140s, 150, you know, like, heaviest ever in my entire life. And I'm like, man, like, I kind of like the way that I look a little bit. Like, I got a little chunk, and I feel good about myself, which is weird.
That's good.
Yeah, it just depends on how big you are, because 150 could be like, you know, I mean, you're 5'8", 5'9", that's like supposed to be perfect, but when you're 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", it's like, you
my husband is like, my husband's like 5'9", and I think he's just 190, 195, but like, it's all like muscle. It's all just bulky muscle, because, like...
So my husband is the same height as your husband, but he's 260.
Y'all are short. What the fuck?
I'm tall.
How tall?
I'm 5'10".
That's still.
Oh
that's
yeah,
still
you're
short.
tall.
That's pretty.
If you're under 6 foot, you're short.
It's tall for a woman. Like,
It is very
not
tall.
average. Not even average for a woman. So
God damn it.
My former roommate used to be
Anyone
like,
sub 6 foot is short, in my opinion.
how tall are you?
I'm 6'1", bro.
Well, you're shorter
He's
than
not like-
my youngest brother is 6'5".
Yeah.
I just ended up not getting any.
I dated a guy for about a year. I dated this guy that was like 6'7", and I was like, "You're pretty fucking tall." And he's like, "Oh, you should meet my brother." And his brother was 7'2".
Yeah.
funny.
I was like, "What?"
Is he a
Oh,
fan?
it was very impressive.
No, he was very native.
I find it funny that they call the short girls end up like with really tall guys, and like the 5'10" girls like.
I have like a height limit. So it's like you can't be like fucking Goldilocks, okay? I'm out here just like you can't be too short, and you can't be too tall. You got to be just right, all right?
I've dated anybody from like 5'7" to 6'7", so I don't care what height you are.
I'm 5'6", and I think a boyfriend is like 5'7", and he's just like the perfect height for me. So I
You're all
don't.
the same height laying down.
Yes.
Yep.
That's good logic to have.
Unless he's erect.
Fucking hell.
Then I'm roughly like 6 or 7 inches in the air.
Breaking
big
news.
boobs though. I still say we're the same height.
Fair.
Breaking news. Cavos Twitter. Go to Cavos' Twitter. Breaking news.
Oh no, what's going on with Cavos' Twitter? Holy shit.
Breaking
Let me
news.
see. Cavos.
TNN.
I will say, if someone is short and they like have a 10-inch dick, I will be their woman.
I'd be their best friend. I'd be their wingman.
I feel like that would be. I feel like they'd die.
Hello.
Okay, so let me bring
One
this up
boner,
so
they're
y'all
dead.
can see. Let me bring this
I
up
don't
so
care
y'all
if
can
you're
see.
short. You got a big dick.
Wouldn't that hurt?
Problem.
Let's see.
Big dicks or like the dude that has the 10-incher.
Alright, so here's
Big
Cavos'
butt.
tweet. Logan Paul admits his response videos were trash, says he will take accountability, apologize, and has a plan for the future. We will see what he does, but he's still a scumbag who would have tried getting away with it if he could. Let's see what Logan had to say. Hey y'all, just wanted to update you. I deleted my initial response to Coffee's series. It was rash and misaligned with the true issue at hand, so I called him today and apologized. The war is not with Coffee. In fact, I'm grateful he brought this to light. I will be taking accountability, apologizing, and coming forward with a plan in the near future. Thank you all for believing in this project and sticking with me. I know it's been bumpy, but your support is everything to me, and I will make this right. Holy shit.
Bro, you just know the PR. You just know the PR team was like, you have to put this out.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
goofed,
bro. Yo, bro. You gotta stop this shit. I'm getting shit too now. You gotta call up. You gotta concede. You gotta bend over to the masses.
How did PR not get involved like before or whatever? They're like, hey, you have to.
Because it's American influencer with no brain.
It's like they kept sitting there. They're like, you have to report like the actual fucking like you have to report the truth. You have to report the truth. And it's like we've seen time and time again with like.
Right.
Bigger media like fucking CNN and bullshit, like they can put out whatever the fuck even if it's not actually true, and they're just like they're fine, but it's like now you're putting all the pressure on an individual journalist essentially to come out and be like, hey guys, here's the truth, but also here are the allegations, but the allegations apparently I guess are defamatory. That's questionable.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Logan's
Logan's kinda
Discord DMs.
Yeah, Tiller just sent me this in the DMs. I just noticed this with my Twitter circle, RTUX Tipster. It does look like Review Tech is getting off to me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That
It's
guy
a very
bothers
flattering
me.
image.
He's getting off to the
follows
tip.
everybody, girl.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, he really hates Keemstar, and like.
He'll message you and then you'll respond and he'll take like 4 days to answer again. Just it's fine. He's
Wait,
harmless.
Who is this guy? I don't even know who that is.
Are you talking about your Review Tech?
Yeah.
Rich. Yeah, he's harmless. He
Rich-
just likes your pics.
Rich is just mad. Rich is just mad because I stole his e-girl.
I was
It's-
never his girl.
Right, MIT mom.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't his. You just
know. I'm just playing. Wait. Somebody says Trotsky is simping for you. They wrote you a poem. Oh my God, what is the poem?
What the fuck is a Trotsky?
Your wife is a lucky lady.
Like
Any sane lady, including myself, would kill, chop her leg off, and sell her soul just to have a sniff of your chair.
But yeah,
Oh yeah, no. Wait, further up in the chat, they said, "I want to lick and sniff that chair. I don't care how much it costs. Smelling Tipster's chair and licking it will be the pleasure greater than anything money can provide. Smelling it is a joy."
Oh Lord.
Okay.
And I think with that, we're going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you so much. What the fuck?
What's it like? Always knowing the truth. There's nothing mystical about it. I could just tell when anyone is lying. Yeah.
What's up and welcome to My Point of View. I am your fat and opinionated host, otherwise known as Cinema Shogun. And there's a reason why they call me Cinema Shogun. Not only is Cinema Shogun the name of my main channel, this is actually my secondary channel. For some reason, that's hard for people to grasp. I have multiple channels. This channel that you're watching right now, this is my smaller secondary channel. But they call me Cinema Shogun because I love movies. And if you know me, then you know I am a huge movie buff. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I started YouTube. I started YouTube to talk about movies, to talk about movie news, and to review the latest TV shows and movies that were in theaters. But slowly but surely, my other interests started.
What is your problem?
Because I'm interested in
What you ever do as you're told?
I like covering.
Look, you don't have to follow me around like a poodle.
Because I've always been infatuated with what's going on in the world. And I'm infatuated with how the human mind works. Why do people do the things they do? So I gained an interest in, talking
I'm sorry
about
for my behavior
topics
back
like
in
we're
Easters.
talking about right now.
I didn't mean to be
Well, as
unpleasant.
you all know, we've been talking about Brian Pepper
We got a brown nose and apology.
and now it feels as if
Is it cyber life there?
two of my worlds are colliding. Because I'm this huge movie fan. I'm also someone who's been covering this Brian Koberger situation. And now it is being
Only that thing
reported
here.
that Brian
Not a
Koberger's sister,
chance.
or
Follows
one
me
of his
everywhere.
sisters, actually starred in a horror movie
See?
where teenagers get literally stabbed to death by, I guess, a slasher horror movie villain. Now, let me go ahead and say this.
You eat your
I hate that I even have to say this. I shouldn't have to waste my
Gary
time
makes
saying
the best
this
burger in
because
Detroit.
we're all adults. But the point of this video is not to attack anyone. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I'm not saying, hey, blame the sister for this. Hey, accuse the sister of this. No, I am simply reporting to you all actual facts about something that happened in our world. I do not want you all
Why do you hate androids so
going
much?
and bothering anyone or attacking anyone, and I don't, like I said, I honestly do not understand why as adults we even have to
Maybe
say
I should
this.
tell you what we know about demons.
But if I don't, then people
Read
will
my mind.
point fingers at me like, why are you blaming the sister for this? Why are you
We
blaming the
believe
person
that a
for this?
mutation
No
occurs
one's to
in the
blame for
software
what
of
Brian
some androids, which can lead to them emulating your human emotions.
Natural
In English,
news story
please.
because Brian's sister
They don't really
actually
feel
starred
emotions.
in a horror
They just get
movie, and I
overwhelmed by
find that kind
irrational
of ironic.
instructions, which can lead
Because
to
one of Brian's
unpredictable
other
behavior.
sisters wrote a poem where you bought it.
Emotions so
Now,
screw everything up.
I hate
The androids
the
aren't
way
as different
YouTube
from us as
works
we thought.
sometimes because it censors my words. So if sometimes it feels like I'm all over the place or you don't really understand what I'm getting at, it's not because I lack the ability
Hell
to
no.
express
Well,
myself.
yeah.
It's because YouTube does not allow me to
Why
use
they make
certain
you look so
words.
goofy and give you
So
that
most of you all probably know about
Cyberlife
Sally
androids are
at
designed
that
to work
elementary
harmoniously
school
with
that you
humans.
bought it,
Both
correct?
my appearance and
Well,
voice
one of
are
Brian's
specifically
sisters wrote a
designed to
poem about
facilitate
that.
my
I
integration.
found that really ironic as
Well,
well.
then fuck them.
I did a video about that too. But
You
I
ever
want to
dealt with
talk about
demons
this
before?
today because life is just so crazy sometimes, you know? How these
A few months
things
back,
fall into place and what are
A
the
devil
odds
was threatening to jump off the roof.
that one of your sisters is out here writing
I managed to
poems
save her.
about other crazy situations that happened
I
with
guess you've done all
students.
your homework,
And
right?
your other sister is out
Know
here
everything there
acting
is to know about
in
me.
horror movies where the antagonists of those movies are something like
I know
Brian
you
Koberger
graduated top of your
himself.
class.
If it's true that he allegedly,
You made a
if
name
it's
for
true
yourself in
that he
several
really
cases
did
and
what
became
he
the youngest
allegedly did.
lieutenant in Detroit.
Well, let's go ahead and hop right into this.
I also know
article.
you've received several
Brian
disciplinary
Koberger's
warnings
sister
on
starred in a horror movie where young
You spend a
people
lot of
get
time in
unalived. Could life
So
be
what's your
imitating
conclusion?
art? The sister of accused Idaho college killer Brian Koberger
I think working
starred
with
in
an
a
officer
gory,
with
low-budget slasher
personal
movie
issues is
where
an added
characters are
challenge.
brutally
But
unalived
adapting to
and
human
slashed and
unpredictability
hacked
is one
to
of my
death
features.
with knives and hatchets. Amanda Koberger
I just got a
appeared as
report of a
Laura
suspected deviant.
in the
It's a few blocks
2011
away.
flick 2 days back
We should go have a
about
look.
a group of young students who go hiking
I'll let you
in
finish
the
your
remote woods and
I'll be
meet
in the
their
car
grisly
at
end at the hands of a maniacal killer who has won their trust. It bears eerie similarities to the knife attacks in remote Moscow, Idaho, that left 4 young college students unalived in their beds,
You ran out of batteries?
crimes of which Brian is now
I
accused
was
of.
making a report to Cyclone.
You're effing kidding me! Her brother is that guy?
Plan on staying in the
God
elevator?
dang, man, holy cow!
I'm coming.
Said 2 days back director Kevin Boone when reached out to. Boone, a professor of
What do we know
English and
about
Media
this guy?
Studies at Penn State,
Not much.
Montalto, explained he made the film with students and
Nobody's
cast
supposed to be living
aspiring
there,
actress
but
Amanda
the neighbor said he saw a
Koberger
man hiding an
after
LED
an
on his
open
cap.
audition.
Christ, if we have to investigate
I
anytime
remember
somebody
her
makes
well.
a strange noise.
I
we
directed
need
the
more
movie,
cops.
I wrote the movie, I casted her.
Hey, were
She
you
is
really
a
making
lovely
report
woman
back
who is
there in the
very
elevator?
nice. I liked her a lot.
Just by closing your eyes?
The film follows a group of environmentally cautious students who go into the woods on a 6-day mission to catch forestry students suspected of illegal foresting. Things quickly go wrong as students go missing and are found slashed by knives and left to bleed out, hacked with a hatchet.
Michael, I am
Open up, Detroit police!
to atone for what you have done.
Stay behind me.
Caught in a bear trap, and at least one character is killed and found twisted. Multiple students end up getting unalived by a twisted thief with a previously unknown connection to the woods. But not Amanda's story. As things start to get weird, she flees and is seen safely back on campus at the end of the film. Lori turns her back on the accuser and takes off.
What the
But
fuck
she's
is
not
this?
one of the ones who is unalive, said Boo. So what say you all about
Jesus,
that
this place
interesting piece of
stinks.
information? I definitely did not see that one coming.
Looks like we
Now,
came for
I don't
nothing.
think that this has anything
Our
to
man's
do with
gone.
the case. So let's make that clear, because I'll have people in my comments, what does this have to do with anything? I don't think this has anything to do with the case. I just think that it's really interesting and weird. And it just shows you the universe has this weird way of working. And now both of Brian's sisters are like, I know the one who was starring in that movie, she's a school counselor now. And the other one's a mental health
Put his
therapist.
initials in his
So they
jacket.
both went into
That's something your
professions
mom
where they
does when you're in
study
first grade.
the human mind. And then we have Brian, who was interested in the human mind as well, I guess, but in a different way. And he winded up doing something totally heinous and crazy. So it's weird how you could have 3 kids. They could all go on to be successful. Yet, I guess you just never know what someone is capable of. We don't know the ins and outs of Brian's upbringing at this point, but I don't really think he had bad parents. I haven't seen any evidence of that. And in fact, I think we've seen the exact opposite. Brian's dad flew all the way across country just to drive with him home. I think Brian's dad was proud of him. Whatever happened in their childhood, I mean, at the very least, obviously they got their kids to
Found something?
go to college and go into
I don't know.
successful professions.
It looks like
Brian
A note.
was on his way to
it's
success.
indecipherable.
That's really part. of the most crazy details to me is Brian, most likely, would have lived a prosperous life and had a successful career.
Driver's license is fake.
But that didn't matter because doing something like what he did, or allegedly did, that was more important to him. Now, was Brian in any way inspired by this movie his sister was in? I think that's a little far-fetched.
Any idea what
I
it
like
means?
horror movies. I watch horror movies all the time. I like Michael Myers.
Written
I'm not going to go do something
2,471
like
times.
Brian's alleged accused
Same
of
sign
doing.
Ortiz's android wrote on the
So
shell.
I'm never a fan of like, we're playing
Why are they
horror
obsessed
movies,
with
we're
this
going to play video games, we're going to play this. I'm never a fan of that, but we also have to keep in mind that everyone is different. So yeah, I could watch 1,000 horror movies and it doesn't affect me. And you can play 1,000 video games and it doesn't affect you. But everyone's mind works different. And sometimes people, they grow unhealthy obsessions, they become infatuated, sometimes they're easily swayed. Their actions and their mentality is easily swayed by the things that they see on TV. Or when they play video games. I do believe that video games have somewhat desensitized a lot of people to the reality of violence. I do think that's cute. It's not even and I'm not saying, hey, don't play video games. I play video games. I'm just saying, like, we don't have to deny things that are legit just because it didn't affect us that same way. So I'm not saying take video games away, take horror movies away, but I think we can acknowledge that sometimes they have an unhealthy effect on people, and maybe it had an unhealthy effect on Brian. But in my opinion, I don't think there's too much to be had or to be seen here when it comes to this, horror movie situation, but it's just really something interesting, and it's one of those weird details that makes the case even more eerie and weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you all. I know some people are totally desensitized to true crime. I'm not. When I cover these cases, they still affect me emotionally. When I look at these cases, I still feel chills. You know what I mean? I still get kind of freaked out sometimes. And yeah, I think it's a really creepy detail that Brian's sister was out here starring in a movie where students get hacked up and slashed up. It's a weird detail. But all in all, I think it just goes to show that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. And as the days go on, I feel like life gets stranger and stranger. It feels like we've been thrown into a simulation. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Family Guy skit, but there's like walruses or something. And there's just pushing random balls out of a fish tank, and the balls just have letters or words written on them that set up Family Guy's next punchline. That's kind of how I feel about life at this point. It's just random stuff. It's just coming at us every day, and a lot of it doesn't make sense. A lot of it is weird, and a lot of it is questionable. But this is the reality we're living in. The world is only going to get crazier, and as it does, I will be right here to laugh at it with all of you all. But while you're here, make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and always remember to remain opinionated.
shit!
Hey, be careful! Look out!
Shit! Oh, shit! We had it! Fuck!
It's my fault. I should have been faster.
You'd have caught it if it weren't for me. That's all right. We know what it looks like. We'll find it.
You eventually ended up calling into Salvo's
Hey,
stream,
Connor.
right? Okay, so if it's the one I'm thinking about, it was because I had to respond to CJ's video after he like weirdly hyper focused on me for like an hour.
Thank you,
So
Bunny.
he reacted to your stream November 22nd, so it would have to be around maybe like a few days prior. It'd have to be like right before Thanksgiving.
I saw it. Well,
I don't know like the specific name of that stream, but also I know that Xylee put out a compilation pretty much of the stream because I also ended up on her stream that night as well. So
let me see if I have any private streams for November 22nd.
Who are you?
Because that clip is
My name is John. I'm Simon.
I have November.
This is Jericho? It's a refuge for those who don't want to be slaves anymore.
25th and 18th.
yeah, it would have to be the 18th because Xylee. So I think like Xylee had that stream, and then like on the 19th.
I'm an idiot. I know how we
Hiding
can
is the only way we can survive.
There is no safe place for those
all we have to do
animals.
is go on Toxic Pickups channel and
Human
see which
beings.
day they were having the vote for Leia.
Fuck.
So go on the community tab and to see which day was
And
the
you knew
vote for
that only
Leia.
an android
The
could
vote for
follow the
Leia
trail.
was...
Only those
which
who are
is-
like us can find Jericho.
to say the exact
If you could decipher the signs, if one of us
Okay,
trusted
we
you,
gotta
that's the key.
write QB in.
So I want to play this clip.
I understand how you feel, but we have more freedom here than you ever did.
So 1 month
I
ago,
came to Jericho looking for hope.
it would have been November for sure. Fuck. I
Looks
want to
like
find
I'm
this
not
because it's too
gonna
good
find
not to play. It is too good not
You're
to
lost,
play.
just like the rest of us.
So it would have been November.
We didn't ask for
November
this.
for sure. Late November.
All we can do now
Yeah, it would have been right before Thanksgiving. Specifically right before Thanksgiving.
You're
So
safe here.
Xylee posted her video up on like
You can
the
stay with us as long
19th,
as
so
you
I would
want.
assume it's somewhere around there. Because like those things all happened like in the same night.
Go and see
It
me.
was we were hanging out on your stream, and then I went over to Xylee's stream, and you went over to Salvo's stream. So
So Twitter advanced search. Who was tweeting out the polls on Twitter? Do you remember? Was that
Toxic.
Matt? It was Toxic. Okay, so what's Toxic's Twitter?
and then toxic with what? It's just
Okay, so Toxic Piplup. And we're looking for mentions of what is your at, Leia?
At Leah something.
So, okay, let me see.
What's your name?
Toxic Piplup. There's I know how we can find this. This is going to be a funny search result, but I know how we can find this. So, Leia something. Oh, okay. This is a weird question, Leia. The day you said that you were going to post pictures of your boobs on Twitter, Did you say tits or boobs?
I think I said tits.
Tits. Let's see.
Go-to word is titties. Tits.
Let's see. I'm trying to find where you said that, because if I can find the date of the tweet where you posted that, then you can post your tits.
was November 19th.
November 19th. Okay, let's see. Right, QB. I have a stream on the 18th, so maybe it was that one.
Yeah.
Let's see, because he's in another time zone.
Tonight, where I was worried about
I think this might be the stream. I think he might have found it. Let me see if I can find. Where did I
program is working.
Before I go,
Do you have anything good to say anyway?
I found it! I fucking found it! Hold on.
Yay!
Today,
I found it. I found it.
wait, this is
That's what my nephew said.
where's.
Oh my god, you guys can sing kids songs all day.
Here we go. Fine.
I have a friend on my favorite. He has autism. Everything's on repeat. Okay.
Me
Okay.
too.
One of my favorite kids songs ever. The Wiggles, where they sing fruit salad. That
Yummy,
song
yummy.
is banger.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. This is so good. I am so hyped for this because, like, dude, this was the funniest thing I've ever done on the stream. You guys ready, chat?
Other people have
Here we go.
kids too. Yay.
Today is a very important time for democracy. For today is the day that we have to vote on the next potential co-host for Now Recording. And currently right now, our good friend of the channel, Leia Something, needs your vote. Our good friend Leia Something is running for the next co-host of the Now Recording podcast. And I gotta tell you something, Leia Something is easily one of my favorite members of the community. Easily one of my favorite members of the community. And she needs your support today.
No.
Because I said something very enlightening and very true.
No, like it literally.
Very true in regards to Leia Something on Twitter.
Did he step on himself?
I said, sorry, what happened? What's going on?
We can't hear it anyway.
Really?
He didn't screen share with us.
4 weeks, 2 days, 11 hours.
ages ago.
Let's get there, no rest to go.
Okay, let me run it back. My apologies. I thought you guys could hear it.
You came here for comfort, you came to the wrong place.
It should be right here. You guys ready? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. That was weird. I never switched it. Okay, whatever. You guys see that? You guys see that? Yes. Here we go. You guys ready, chat? Here we go. Today is a very important time for democracy. For today is the day that we have to vote on the next potential co-host. Let's get some 07s in chat. And currently right now, our good friend of the channel, Leia Something, needs your vote. Our good friend Leia Something is running for the next co-host of the Now Recording podcast. And I gotta tell you something, Leia Something is easily one of my favorite members of the community. Easily one of my favorite members of the community. And she needs your support today. Because I said something very enlightening and very true in regards to Leia Something over on Twitter. I said the following: a vote for Leia Something. Vote for her if you like boobs. Because a vote for Leia Something is a vote for them titties. God bless America, and God bless those voluptuous memories.
Amen.
Play ball. God save on. Oh my God.
I like
Okay.
Oh, it was so good. I love that so much. What?
There was a
happy little boy, you decided to overanalyze mine and Tipster's tweets.
Yeah, literally. And then there was the thing where, like, okay, so I had been drinking that night, we were all having fun, we were joking about a lot of shit. Matt Pitt went on Salvo's stream to promote
They'll all
your
shut
opponent.
down if we don't find a way to help them.
They promoted your opponent. So I went on Salvo's stream to promote you. And the whole thing was a bit. Everybody felt so that it was a bit. And then everybody, like, harps on the fact that, like, well, you offered Salvo money. Here's the thing. I knew going into that Salvo was never going to accept my money. When I went into that stream, I knew he was never going to accept my money. So I was never going to give him money. Alright?
I bet he wishes he had accepted it now. Right. And immediately that first player.
I love the look on Ginger's face right now. Holy shit. Let me tell you something, Salvo. I'm gonna go full screen for this one, Salvo. Someone in this community is getting a divorce, and it's not me.
Don't talk about my wife.
Are you Lucy?
Jesus.
Like the other day, he was like, oh, I have a great relationship with my wife. I had a 3-hour conversation. I'm sorry. Who has a 3-hour conversation with their wife, and it's not fighting?
No, I mean, who has to say they have a 3-hour conversation? That means that she's not living.
Show me.
Nobody said it like that. How else would you? Come on. If you're living with that person, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, we just had a 3-hour conversation.
I spent 3 hours looking at the back of my husband's head while he was raging on kids on Call of Duty. That's about it.
She's not joking, by the way. She has literally sent me video of her husband raging on kids on Call of Duty.
Yes.
And I one thing that really pisses off Salvo is if you go right in front of him and you just, like, straight up ignore him. So he gets flustered about that.
That's actually what happened.
Drink this.
Salvo specifically went after me before he, like, got really big. Me and him had an altercation, well, quite a few altercations. But I really pissed him off on Twitter by calling him wormtongue. And then, like, he decided, like, every time he went on stream and saw me in chat that he was gonna call me out, like, that ugly whore, like, just, she's such a fat whore, like, blah, blah, blah. And then when I started streaming, he tried to hate rape me in my stream, which didn't go well for him. But,
Give me your hand.
As long as, like, I literally just ignored him, I blocked him right away, and I was like, alright, peace out. There's nothing for him to work with.
Yo.
The call, my call to Tommy C's stream happened right after Nick calls in. So if you go in Tommy's stream,
And you lost it all.
if you go into the pinned comment, it'll say comment. That's where the touchdown.
Your heart is troubled. A part of
So then I was very happy when Nick calls in.
Leo, you're on Salvo now.
Oh, perfect. Right there. Literally.
Yeah.
Your choices will shape your destiny.
We should be. We have an issue. I thought they fixed that stupid film. Yeah, you're on, Lee. Go ahead.
Edwin, what happened, buddy? You have a threesome, and you lied about it.
Did I lie about it?
Yes, you did. You said you didn't. You came into the call saying that Babs was a goblin and that she's lying.
I'll give him one thing, okay? I'll give him one thing. I've talked about how when I was younger, like, I've had my fun or whatever. I've never had a threesome. That's never happened for me. Granted, to be fair, I've never been interested in having one either. So.
Okay, but, like,
I've never had a threesome.
Pretty much, it's a lot easier for a man to get with 2 men and 1 woman than it is 2 women and 1 man. So, like, Edwin didn't really do anything there. Like, that girl was already interested in him, and it was more, like, honestly, that's not a win for a girl.
I'll say this, like, there was this girl that I dated one time that she was down to give me one for my birthday. I'm like, well, I don't want that, I just want you. So then I didn't get it because I didn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that's a real thing. So,
Funny that she's lying. And now you're admitting that you had a threesome with her.
I've been compliant dozens of
Wow.
times. Wait, what about the threesome?
You just confirmed that you had a threesome with Babs and Salva.
Simon.
So you want us to believe you that you didn't
I know
find
we can find
Salva's
stuff.
dick.
Cyberlife warehouse is in Detroit. They have
I don't
everything
believe
you
you.
need.
I think
You tasted it.
The docks are guarded. You can't just walk in there and take what
that's
you
what
want.
he kept saying on his
Humans will
videos,
never let
you know,
us,
like,
which is why we
I
won't
wish I
ask
had
for
a better
missions.
taste of
We don't have any weapons.
because he had Salvo's
And even if we
piss.
did, none of us knows how to
And then
fight.
Salvo's
We can
piss
steal
stick
what
in
we
his
need
fucking mouth.
without fighting. We'll just get ourselves killed. Maybe instead of been waiting here to be shut down.
I'm with you.
Nick gets him.
Maybe it's worth a try.
Sets him up to where he eventually confesses that he has this threesome with Salvo. And then immediately when I get in the call, he like tries to downplay it and lie about it again. It's like, Edwin, like, no, you just admitted that you had a threesome with Salvo. Do I have to really repeat this again?
It's because Edwin like agrees to things just to get out of situation. Like he's like, well, if I agree to it, it's just gonna go away. But then like he never questions development. Nick's smarter than Edwin. Of course he's gonna catch him. You know, Edwin, or that's why Edwin and Salvo both didn't want to talk to him. Yeah. You know.
Sure. Are you okay?
You on the Keemstar show that you suck Salvo's dick and you're a dick rider. I didn't mean for you to actually do it. You are a bigger whore than me. Edwin is a fucking whore.
You're not a whore, Jason.
I know.
Yeah. Show's already doing this. Almost every other show is doing this.
I already don't like where this is going.
He says you didn't like the Tommy stream. Alright.
Just thought I'd put that out there.
I call you a whore at any given day. I will never let you die. I will always call you a couple. I will always call you a dick sucker. And I will always call you a whore.
Thank you,
You're a whore, Edwin. You're a whore.
Who cares if he's a whore? Who cares?
I feel so bad for
I think that's going to be a lot. What's that?
I feel so bad for Tommy because he had to deal with, like, he's screaming out.
You were smirking, you were owning it.
Who's asking?
I was told to confess.
I don't know who told you that. You came to the wrong place. I'm sorry.
Wait.
Didn't he have like 1,100 live viewers or some shit?
I think it was like 1,300. But yeah, no. Yeah,
It was a really good stream.
I mean, I've never even had that many viewers. My top is 1,100.
Come in.
yeah, it's been really good.
That's epic. Shout out to Tommy C, my dude.
People are just going to want to kind of sound off. You know what I mean?
Fine, let them sound off. But like, let them sound off on me. I don't know.
All right, baby boy, you're on the air.
Come on in. Don't be shy.
Baby boy, you're on the air.
Edwin, dude, you slept. Leia, you scared Edwin away.
Yeah. I made him go cry.
Luther, would you be so kind as to take these ladies' coats?
I can play a sad song for Edwin.
Oh,
Oh my
don't be
god,
afraid.
you scared him
Big friend.
away. You
Luther is
scared
just
him away,
a
Leia.
hell.
And my T-Mom knows what song I'm playing. She knows it.
What is it?
Poor little Edwin. You poor little angel baby. You got owned by Leia something.
You by playing Final Fantasy.
It works every time. It works every time.
Do you think Mr. Beast would have owned slaves?
Wait, I saw you ask that on Twitter. What the fuck is that question, bro?
I said I want you to talk about insurance. Most people know that.
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and with all this information that is coming out about Brian Koberger, it's getting hard to figure out what to believe. There's all of these conflicting reports from people that used to know him. Some people said he was weird and awkward. Some people say he's a nice guy, but I think that's just the average human experience. You have different effects on people, and people have different effects on you. So often you leave different impressions on people than you do others. So yeah, it's perfectly normal that Brian may have been a creep to some people while also being nice to others. Now, it was reported the other day that Brian had some really bizarre activities in jail, and that he exposed himself to some woman and was going off the rails. I never reported on that because I was waiting on more information to come through, and then almost a couple of, I think it was like 2 or 3 hours later, conflicting reports came through and saying that that was not true. Now, personally, I do not believe that Brian is behind the bars acting Lulu and going crazy. I think Brian is acting how we saw him act in court. We've seen people act crazy before. Think of Darrell Brooks in that case and when he represented himself. When it comes to Brian Koberger, I think he's most likely being silent. He's probably being cordial to the people who speak to him. But it is now being revealed. Take this with a grain of salt. This is what is being reported. I'm obviously not in jail with Koberger, so I don't know what's happening in there. But it's being reported that he is now being threatened. People are threatening to unalive him in jail already, and he hasn't even made it to the big house yet. Now, are these reports true? Like I said, all we can do is take their word for it. But one thing that I've learned is that the mainstream media could be just as bad as some of these crazy YouTubers when it comes to true crime cases. I'm going to tell you all right now, I haven't watched the mainstream media in years. I haven't turned on a news station in years. No, I do not watch fake news CNN, and no, I don't tune into Fox News. I don't watch the mainstream media. I get my news from official, non-biased sources. I like independent media. There are YouTubers, independent journalists, people on social media, all over the place that do a better job than the mainstream media. But over the past couple of days, I've actually watched some of the mainstream media coverage of Brian Koberger and the Idaho 4 case, and my mind was blown. Here I am on YouTube, going at it with certain YouTubers who are spreading crazy rumors and all types of stuff and attacking random people. Little did I know the mainstream media was doing the same thing the whole time. This is the type of stuff people are watching. We got FBI agents on live television accusing Kaylee's father of being the killer. It's absolutely insane to me. But you can't say anything about it because then people come at your throat. And right now, a lot of people are upset at me about a certain opinion that I have about this case. And we may get into that in a future video. I don't want to really go into that right now. But if this is the case, if this is true, then they better watch Brian closely. Now, from my understanding, Brian is being held in a little jail. I don't think there's really anything for Brian to really worry about yet, but Brian's going to have a rough future ahead of him. People like Brian, they're often confident that they can get away with these crimes. They plan for everything, but for when they get locked up. Brian, you know damn good and well that you are not built for the prison system. They are going to go ham on Brian. Brian will be turned into someone's girlfriend within the first couple of days of him being there. They will turn Brian's life upside down. So whatever little threats you may see now, that's nothing compared to what Brian's going to have to go through if he's found guilty. And while Brian was going to school to study this and study that, I bet you he wasn't studying how prison life is. That's what he should have been worried about. Who cares about this degree or that degree? You should have been studying what life was like behind bars, because then maybe you wouldn't have made these decisions. But then again, hey, who am I to say anything? It looks to me like the jailhouse is already showing some sort of favoritism towards Brian, making sure they got his vegan diet meals ready. Let's get this guy an impossible. Let's make sure he's got broccoli for dinner instead of the Sunday sprouts. You know what I mean? But that's normal. I've seen a lot of people talking about that. They have various different diets in jail. If you're diabetic, vegan, what have you, you're Muslim and you don't eat pork, they got all types of stuff like that. So that's actually kind of normal, I guess, these days. When you think of prison, you don't think of them accommodating your eating habits, but hey. So if I go to prison, do I get double trays?
You want to find a safe place.
You know what I mean? If Brian can go to jail and get vegan trays, then I should get Chick-fil-A if I get hooked up for it. It's only right. I worship the Lord's chicken, Chick-fil-A. I think I should get a 12-piece nugget and fries during all of my prison.
Great place for a fresh start.
But all jokes aside, I hope they watch Brian closely to make sure nothing happens to him.
Of course.
Because right now he's precious cargo until he's found guilty. And boy, oh boy, do I think they're going to find Brian guilty. I'm telling you all right now.
All androids are fitted.
All of that evidence and information we got from that affidavit,
I'll remove yours, and then you'll both be safe.
It's nothing compared to what investigators most likely have.
Follow
they
me.
don't have to reveal all of their information. They don't have to show their whole hand of cards yet.
The little one can
They only got to show enough to prove that they have a reason to arrest Brian. And knowing the type of person Brian is, I can guarantee you they are being really careful and particular with this case. And they're withholding certain pieces of information so Brian isn't able to dwell on and mount up an excuse for the various things they're going to throw at him. Now, as far as the sheath goes, oh man, there are so many possibilities here about how the defense is going to go about defending Brian. Will they place the blame on someone else? Will they say that the knife is stolen? I don't know, but I think that we're in for one of the most interesting cases in years. When this does, if this does, go to trial, this is going to be absolutely insane. And Brian actually has a good defense for free. And I cannot stress that enough, for free. Brian has some of the best legal defense that anyone could possibly ever wish for. So this isn't going to be just, over. You know what I mean? This isn't going to be a cut and dry case. This is going to be, I'm thinking we're gearing up for
if you could just stand over there.
One of the craziest cases that we've probably seen since OJ or something. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts though down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you all in the next video.
You know what's strange? For some unknown reason, the trackers seem to stop working immediately. That's why it's so hard to find them. So, actually, there's no reason to remove the trackers.
You said that...
Yeah. People believe what they want. You deviants are so naive. They'll come to me expecting me to help them. And I just reset them, sell them all. Or I keep them until my little experiment.
No! I don't want to be reset! Let me go!
Forget about that. Dial. Lock it up. I'll deal with it later. Deviant that wants to be a mother. That's so sweet. So deluded. I think it's time we put you out of your misery. You're better off being away than seeing nothing. No more pain. No more hopes dashed.
Where does the poop go? Really?
Almost
If
empty.
someone's backed up and constipated for 2, 3 days, or even a week, where does it all go? Dr. Gina Sam, a leading gut doctor based in New York City, just made a public announcement answering this very question. I was shocked to find out the truth. I had to see it with my own eyes to believe it. Dr. Sam served as the director of the very prestigious Mount Sinai Gastrointestinal Surgery Center for several years in New York City. She was among the very first doctors to investigate the link between microbiome and excess weight, and one of the very few who specialize in solving constipation for good. Her main area of research is on perfect digestion and achieving full and complete elimination of the bowels. She also shows a 7-second bowel-releasing morning ritual anyone can do at home. Dr. Sam made a free presentation that explains it all, and it's about to start here in a few seconds. Just go ahead and hit the full screen button and watch it to the end.
It was about a year ago that I was looking through video ideas for new types of people to cover on the channel, and one name that kept getting brought up over and over was Cyrax. You gotta cover this guy Cyrax. You gotta cover James Wilkins from Akron. And I'd be like, who is this? So when I looked him up, the first thing I saw was his face, and I was immediately, it's like, no, not a shot in hell. There is not a chance we're covering whatever that is. And a few months later, that changed, and now he's my favorite form of entertainment. I can't get enough of the little guy. Like, when I go to the casino, right, when I hop on the roulette wheel, I pick different numbers for different reasons. I pick 8 because it's my favorite number. I pick 13 because that's the age I started smoking it. I pick 18 because of that story about Peyton Manning picking 18 on the Pat McAfee show, and also because that's when I got my first car. I pick the current age of it. Just weird little things I do to pick my numbers. Sometimes I just pick which ones are closer on the game. Nonetheless, little Cyrax actually got a little bit of influence there. Because of Cyrax, I now play 14. And let me tell you something. The next time you guys, if you ever end up going to a freaking casino, you play Cyrax 14. It is a wonderful number. I'm just gonna say that. That shit was hit more times than Cyrax hit Sally. So, this has nothing to do with the video. I just wanted to throw this in there. This has nothing to do with what we're about to talk about. What we're about to talk about is Cyrax having his final freak out of 2022. It's been a long, prosperous year for the Goblin, and sadly has to come to an end, but hey, went out with in the best way I possibly could, with one final rage-induced argument from Cyrax. And it all started when he joined his friend, or supposed friend, Michael J. Hacking Street. And they were talking, they were having a good little chat about Cyrax opening up a merch store and selling out all 250 products he currently had in there. Now, he has no proof of this, he never promoted this, but his logic is that, well, people always find my YouTubes every time I make a new one. That's how they found my new page, and I made a killing. I sold all my merchandise, and while they're having this conversation, Michael Hacking, he starts to get a little bit of a disturbance on his end. His Wi-Fi won't work, he can't hear Cyrax. Next thing you know, one of Cyrax's greatest adversaries, William Glory Hole, joins the chat, claiming that he hacked Michael's shit, and now, you know it's about to go down now. Now, let me tell you something. At the end of this video is going to be really where you see the rage just come out of the Goblin. It's not the best rage we've seen, but it's for a couple seconds there. I mean, he gets heated, as heated as you've ever seen him. And I think you guys are going to enjoy this. It's a wacky one. It's always a wacky one in Cyrax's strange world. But I hope you all enjoy it. And with all that being said, let's jump into it.
These little haters, they're like that little, that little ugly dog that you don't show up to and kind of have to. Yeah, that's these guys.
Sorry, is your mic on?
Yeah.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, why can't I hear you?
Hold on.
Understood, son. I'll bring you the little one in 10 minutes.
Alright,
You can't hear me
right now?
I've turned off Michael's access to his stream. Chance. How you doing, fucker?
Better than you, loser boy.
I don't know how you figured that out.
Anything, dude. You ain't doing
Oh no?
shit.
Why is he muted?
Because he muted himself, Jeffrey.
Yeah, okay, if you think so.
Man, what
Hey,
do
where's
you
your
want? What do you
where's
want?
your big ass fancy
What do you
watch, buddy?
Yes, man.
Where's your big ass fancy watch?
Up your ass around the corner, fuck boy.
That's the only answer?
Yeah, because you're a loser.
$100
You're a
watch.
fucking loser, you turd bag.
Come
Like,
on,
let me tell you something. You're just like
Let me tell
Martin.
you something.
Let me tell you something, pussy boy. You ain't as tough as you think you are, kid. I mean, dude, when are you gonna
I thought you were gonna track me down.
Bro, you're a no track me down. Iraq, you were pussy. I have you so fucking green that you live in front of this
dude. Come on.
And I'm trying to say no attic is a fucking bedroom.
Get it right. It's an attic.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
A few things to acknowledge here, that anything Williams says to Cyrax, even though it's true, asking him, where's your Apple Watch that you were flaunting so heavily? Now that everyone found out it was only about $40, and Cyrax kind of overinflated it being $400, acted like he was the shit for having it. Now it's nowhere to be seen. He's afraid to show that one off. And then Cyrax goes on to tell William how this is an attic, while he's sitting in his attic making this video. Cyrax wants to lie about anything he can when he's face to face with William, when he's face to face with Marty, which he will be soon. Get ready for that one. Be face to face with both of these guys. He always has to lie about everything, even if it's something little, something very menial. It doesn't even matter. If it makes Cyrax look in any way worse than these guys, he has to lie about it to where he looks like he's on top of them. Another thing to bring up is that Michael hacking guy turned on his camera and was flailing all around to kind of like help make it seem real, I guess. But that dude's like pretty fucking old to be trolling Cyrax, I gotta be honest here. But I digress. The thing is, Cyrax still thinks Michael's on his side. Cyrax is gonna it's just gonna be a big argument between him and Glory Hole. What else did you think was possible? You think Cyrax is gonna be cordial with the guy? Actually, Cyrax he's already at like a 3 on the anger level. By the end of this video, we'll get well above a 10.
Goons like you don't deserve to be
You're bad and I'm better than doing everything. You have to sit on your little keyboard. Hey guys, look, this is how he is. Oh, I'm William Warrigal. I'm a little science lord. I like to fuck with you with computers. That's you, dumb fuck. Like seriously, bro, you really think you're doing shit? You ain't doing nothing, homeboy. You're mad at the fact that I'm doing better than you with everything, bro. I sold out.
Let's see your bank account.
Bro, I sold out merch today. Alright, a whole ass store. What do you do? Nothing.
Show the receipts. Show the
How about I
receipts.
don't you shut the fuck up, bro?
Then you haven't done anything. If you
We have to go. Follow me into my enemies, okay?
Like, even if you're saying some really illegal and heinous shit, I gotta speak my mind and tell these people the truth. And that's what's so funny about him always blaming the trolls for taking his shit down, because even if they didn't take it down, it was gonna go down probably a week later. And in most cases, the trolls probably aren't even the ones taking it down. YouTube or Twitch or whoever is looking at this guy going on these insane rants about how people need to get the shit beat out of them, and, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. I don't think after a while they're gonna sit here and go, yeah, we wanna support this guy, like this dude too. Let's put his face on the fucking let's put his face on the home screen. It's just, I don't think he understands that this type of attitude and these type of freakouts and rants, they're never gonna fly. But once he always manages to fall back on, and he'll say this in most streams, is that, I know what I said was wrong, but let's be honest, you deserve that shit. And that's all well and good if you feel that way, but the company or the website that you put the videos on, they don't need to feel that way too. They can feel like you're an asshole and just kick you off, and that's that.
I'm tired of motherfuckers like you, Glory Hole, bullying me, going after my friends, and going after my family. All for your fucking personal goddamn gain, bro. You need to grow the fuck up and get a goddamn life. Cause you ain't nothing but a punk-ass bitch hiding behind a goddamn computer screen with a fucking fake-ass name, bro.
That's a really good point, Cyrax. It's a really good point to make while you're sitting behind your computer screen yelling at somebody. He's so fucking dense. Like, this is what I love about lolcows. Ralph does this a lot. Chris Chan does this a lot. They'll just throw every insult they can think at people, but all of it just applies to them more than anyone else.
When are you gonna grow the fuck up? Cause you ain't shit. Outside of that goddamn screen, you pussy motherfucker, you ain't shit. Outside of the internet, you're a punk ass bitch.
Coming!
Outside of the internet glory hole, you're a nobody. You're a fucking poser, a loser, a bitch, a wannabe tough guy.
Like, come on. Every one of these things applies to him. Being an internet tough guy, not showing your face, you know? Everything he fucking says about this glory hole guy is just the exact same shit Cyrax does. And I'm pretty sure all this glory hole dude does is makes videos about Cyrax just fucking with him, you know? Proving that Cyrax is a weirdo, proving that Cyrax has done a lot of shady shit in his past. But to Cyrax, that doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. All that matters is this guy leaving him alone so he can do his creepy, weird shit in peace. And until people do that, Cyrax feels like he can say whatever he wants about them and claim whatever he wants about them with no proof or nothing. But all that matters is that, you know, all this shit Cyrax says, it's all about them.
No more hide and seek for you.
And that's how things are gonna work in Cyrax.
Glory hole, you need to shut your goddamn mouth and leave my family the fuck alone. I know what you're trying to do, motherfucker. You're trying to do to me like you and your little friends did to fucking Chris Chan.
Wait, what? Where's this about to go? I mean, I know Cyrax mentioned Chris before, but I guess he thinks now. I'm interested. Where's Cyrax going with this one?
You're trying to fuck with my family and get me taken away from my family just like you did with Chris Chan. Now, do I agree with what Chris Chan did? No. But I know that y'all motherfuckers had something to do with it. I know that you and your little friends chose him into doing what he did, which got him taken away from his family. I know y'all motherfuckers had something to do with it, man. I know what y'all motherfuckers are trying to do, and it ain't gonna work, motherfucker. So I'm telling you right now, step the fuck up. Because if you don't step up, I will come after you with legal force if need be.
So wait, let me get something straight here. Cyrax may be one of these people in my comments always telling me that the trolls forced Chris to do what he did to his mom. He sounds a lot like one of them people right now. But at the same time, I wonder if I guess he really does think this, that this William Glory Hole guy did this. And the way Cyrax makes it sound is like William Glory Hole showed up, fucked Chris's mom himself, and then pinned it on Chris. It's very, I don't think Cyrax knows much about this. All he heard is another lolcow probably got sent to jail, and Cyrax is trying to find any reason to defend him. Now, Cyrax does say he doesn't agree. He doesn't agree with what Chris Chan did, but then he goes on to say, like, oh, you got him taken away from his family. It's like, well, good, because he's the only family he had left. What are you doing? He was raping him. So that's the mindset of Cyrax, you know. It's kind of like that clip last week in the video where they talk about his dad. Decided to run up, you know, Cyrax, your dad's fucking freaking kid. Cyrax like, you let my father live his fucking life and don't get involved. It's like, bro, how is that your response to that? Like, how is that your response to that? But, yeah, it's just funny to me to see Cyrax trying to bring Chris's whole shit into it. But, like, both things, obviously, obviously this guy, Glorial, and nothing to do with this whole situation, but, like, you know, I don't think Cyrax would say, hey, just think of something random and put the people he doesn't like in that position and blame them for it. But it's funny to think about this Glory Hole dude, like, sitting there with Chris telling him, like, you know, you should go do that over there, Chris. You should really go do that.
Never going to a house in this game.
Hey, if legal force don't work, well, guess fucking what? I'll find your fucking address, I'll come up there and I'll beat your fucking ass within an inch of your life, like your mommy and daddy should have fucking done to you.
It's obvious that Cyrax had a fucked up childhood just because of me listening to the shit that mommy and daddy should have done. They should have beat the shit out of you. Like, it's always, I mean, he says that for everything. He's like, most of the time you'll hear Cyrax saying, why don't you go suck daddy's dick or some shit like that. It's always about mom and dads and all. That's why I think him and Chris have a lot more in common than most people think. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, like if he's always had something like that, like, oh, your mom and dad should beat the shit out of you, what do you think happened to him as a kid?
You need to grow the fuck up, little boy. You're a pussy. outside of YouTube. You're a pussy outside of your little fucking screen name. You're a fucking punk-ass little bitch. And I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers like you coming up on my shit, trying to fuck with me. I'm not about to sit here and let you fuck with my family the way you fuck with my friends. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
You know, I've said it before on this channel that I love a good dumpster fire. I can watch this shit all day long, but I genuinely do understand the people who say that they don't understand Cyrax. They don't get the appeal behind him. They don't find him funny, because all it is the same guy saying the same things over and over again with different forms of curse words each time that he says those things, you know? Cyrax isn't saying anything new. He's not bringing up any, like, important points. He's just kind of yelling at people, and that's all he ever does. He'll say the same shit, just tell people that, you know, you stop, or I'll beat the shit out of you, you stop, or I'll do this. Always thinks he has the upper hand. But, you know, to me, I could watch this shit all day, but I really do understand the people who are just like, what the fuck? This guy's just going on and on and on. This is ridiculous.
So, Goriel, I hope you do post this. I hope you do share this around. Because I want you and all your little friends to know I ain't fucking around anymore, boy.
Cyrax has claimed to not be fucking around anymore for quite a long time, a very long time, years now. It's quite clear that he'll remain fucking around for years and years to come.
I ain't fucking around. I'm not about to sit here and let you try to rip me away from my goddamn
I've been
family.
expecting you.
Fuck you.
Would you mind a little walk?
You don't fucking know me like you think you do, boy. You think you know me, but you don't know shit. You don't know what the fuck my life has been like. You don't know what the fuck I came from. You don't know how the fuck I grew up.
Pity you didn't manage to capture it.
This will make your dishwashing so much easier. This tray basket is retractable.
Because they're a fucking idiot. Yeah, that is unfortunate.
I should have been more effective.
You know? I may have my issues with John, but like at the end of the day, the dude is a talented editor, and it just sucks that things happen the way that it did.
I found its diary.
Which, by the way, like, what's really fucked is even though, like, obviously I have my own issues with John, I've watched his more recent videos.
What else?
Man, like, even like a lot of people shit on like the Mixer video. The Mixer video was a good video, but nobody gave it a shot because it's fucked up by then, you know?
Like the other deviants.
Does he really have his editing course advertising that up?
Yeah, I didn't know
Very close to capturing it.
Editing breakdowns, sound design.
How is your relationship with the lieutenant developing?
No offense, but I wouldn't pay for a course.
Well, I mean, you're a pretty talented editor yourself, so why would you need to?
I've come to understand him better, and he's growing accustomed to my presence.
Unnecessarily chunky timeline, just saying.
I mean, like, I feel like
We don't have much
you're a
time.
pretty good editor yourself anyway. Should we jerk off BWC right now?
It's only a matter of time before the media finds out about it. You need to stop.
Bro, I'm gonna go hard.
I will solve this investigation.
I love the.
I won't disappoint
I watch his videos, like all the long form creators, like him
Find
and then
Anderson
Tom,
and
and then all of them. They're all my nail videos. Like I watch all of these.
Yeah.
Body Pillow Waifu in the chat says something's wrong with your super chats. I can't submit one. If you can't submit one, you're either using a word that YouTube, or it's a problem with your payment method, because we've been getting hella super chats all night, and I haven't had a single problem receiving them. So maybe check the words, make sure you're not using any no-no words. If that's not it, then it's probably your payment processor.
Can you do this? You pretty much can't swear.
His
Yeah.
snipeable videos are my favorite.
Or yeah, you could also do that. What Tiller shared, you can do the regular, like, Streamlabs don't link, that works too.
It's frustrating because whenever I watch he streams, there are times where I have like edgy stuff I want to say, and I can't say it.
That's when you go to Stream Elements, because Stream Elements lets you say that shit.
I'm too lazy.
Yeah, fair.
Lieutenant Anderson!
I just
Her videos constantly feature on YouTube's front page, and millions consume her content daily. Her YouTube journey spans more than a decade, winning multiple awards and becoming one of...
Dude, the funny thing is, when I watch this video, which, by the way, I'm going to link it in the chat. If you guys haven't checked this out, definitely should. It's a good video. I'm I'm not jerking off BWC. I genuinely think it's a good video. But, dude, it was like a trip down memory lane watching this video, remembering all the drama that she got into over the years. Like, it was crazy, dude.
His first video, or his first, sorry, I'm so stoned.
Hey,
video.
You're stoned, I'm drunk, so it's all good.
His first video on Sniper Wolf was my first video of his and yours, BWC. It was fucking fantastic, and I had to watch like every other video on her because I was like enthralled, and I was like,
I'm your friend.
But, yeah.
I think, let me actually check, I think his other Sniper Wolf video, like his first one may have been my first video of his too.
I mean, that's the one where I blew up.
Yeah, because I met you, so that was about 3 years ago, according to this, and I met you, oh, no.
Yeah, no, that's
so, yeah, so I met you right from base. Did you start your channel at that time?
No.
Or were there other videos before that you just privated?
I started, yeah. I just decided to, like, get rid of it because I was, like, random gaming shit and other weird, obscure commentary.
So, yeah, I met you right around the time of this first Sniper Wolf video. Oh, I forgot that Colossal's crazy and right up there in that video. Holy shit.
So it's a good video.
It is a good video. It really is.
It has to be like the cheapest collab like reference I've ever put in.
Wake
like,
up,
they
Lieutenant.
literally are in like 5 seconds. Then you go to the James Charles video, and I'm like 30 plus minutes worth of content. And I'm like, I didn't even have 30 minutes.
I'm going to sober you up.
Basically, I have 5 minutes video on which episode.
Get the fuck out of my house. What I like, and I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get this past year, but I understand why there wasn't really a lot to happen. I like your the year in review videos. I participated in, if I remember correctly, the last 2.
I got so much shit for my last one because I let Turkey Tom say slurs on like what's the word?
Attack!
Uncensored, and then I got shit for platforming Turkey Tom.
Oh my god.
Fuck, I think I'm gonna be sick.
This was the stream. Oh no, this was just like all the heavily edited bits.
I don't even remember.
Oh, leave me alone, you asshole. I'm not going anywhere.
I remember it's towards the end.
Supervision over podcasts. Closing up Carl's.
Heavy metal music for this Justin Wang.
Sorry. Threatening to come to this guy decided
I think it was just
block merch.
It's real.
Long story short,
I think it might have been the boogie thing. I could be wrong, but I think it was.
Several months ago, this guy decided that it was his decision to start stalking me and harassing me, threatening me mentally, physically, threatening to come to my home, threatening to harm me when he did.
What the fuck are you doing?
Pussy, what's the deal?
Dude, this was the craziest drama of that year.
I remember this. Absolute psycho.
Where's the gun at, you fat faggot?
He's assaulted in his own house by his own fucking android.
Yeah. On the 27th of September, Boogie2988 threatened to kill Frank Hassel.
I pulled the gun on him. I told him to leave my property.
Maybe you should drop the
threatened.
Go assign someone else,
I
and I
fired
can
a warning
focus
shot.
on my mission.
You goddamn mission. That's all you care about.
Listen, Lieutenant, you're not yourself.
On the 27th of October, a video of Zoe Laverne, 19, and Connor Joyce, 13, kissing surfaced on an Instagram story. Zoe Laverne proceeded to go live on her Instagram and address them kissing and allegations of
I don't like it, I don't like it.
I understand.
She stated
It
that she
probably
and
wasn't
Connor
interesting
had
anyway.
consented
A man
to
found
kissing.
dead in a sex
She
club downtown. Guess I'll have to solve the case without us.
I know.
Yeah, probably wouldn't do me any harm to get some air.
She was younger than Beaver did. Like,
Some clothes in the bedroom.
When these defenses weren't accepted by the public,
I'll go
Zoe
get them.
Laverne lashed out on her Instagram story stating, "Y'all
Okay,
wanted
so
an
the
apology from
stupid
me,
fucking
and when I do,
lens flare effect like everyone was doing, I regret that. That was so dumb.
you're still upset." To be fair, though, it was really popular at that time. I get it, I do, but make up
What do
your
you want to
mind.
wear?
You wanted the minor side, and then when he addresses the truth, you say, not the child talking.
Oh, I think this is the one where John Swan raps.
Both families are aware of what happened between Zoe and the teen, which led to the separation of the two months prior to the video being leaked.
I love how her mom's like, all she cares about is her fans. I'm like, no, she's upset she can't talk to her 12-year-old boyfriend.
She's a fucking degenerate, dude.
Yeah.
And then they got those, and then she got him those lock bracelets.
Wonderful.
The ones that you touch and it tells your partner that they're like touching.
It, like, vibrates when you. Yeah.
So freaking weird.
Why not just get an Apple Watch with the walkie-talkie thing? I mean, I had it when I was pregnant, so I could tell my husband, I gotta go pee again. You know, like.
You gotta finish the Cyborg intro. I think that kind of slapped.
LaRue and Leon in the chat says, I feel like Tipster doesn't even know what he's watching. What? I'm not... Dude, I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk. Come back in the call, Leon. Talk your shit in here, you fucking bitch. Jesus.
Ruin Leon, we're watching you.
Say it to his face, alright?
Dude, this whole stream was about to be about Salvo, and, like, we haven't talked about Salvo for, like, hours, dude.
That's because nobody gives a fuck about him.
Fuck him! Fuck him!
I will say, cheers to the downfall of Salvo. He deserved it, and I don't feel bad for him.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So even my husband, who knows nothing about fucking drama, was joking about Salvo drinking piss. Did you see that?
Salvo piss cakes.
Yeah, what was his tweet?
It was something about you were saying that you were gonna steal me or whatever, and he told somebody to get their tits out, me and Tiny, I think. And and he said he was gonna just go and drink Salvo's piss. My husband knows nothing about drama, and even he's talking.
Yeah, that is so funny, dude.
Okay, so you can't just like cock and ball tease everyone with the Sniper Wolf intro. You actually have to play the Sniper Wolf intro to get people interested in the video.
Oh, you want me to do that?
It's not even a long intro, bro. No. You haven't watched the full thing? God.
No, I watched your whole Sniper Wolf video. I watched the whole thing.
No, he's on the wrong channel.
Leon, you got 10 minutes till 2. You got time.
Wait, why the fuck?
Why are you? Oh, because I have Y. I changed that so people didn't tag me and redirect. Why are you subscribed to me?
I was like, why the fuck are you on Keep's
favorite creators? The Sinatra video, everyone's going to go over that. That was fully covered by everyone.
Years of controversy that have forced her into social isolation. The Sniper Wolf story.
Dude, the drama with her and that Phase... What was his name? Phase what?
Censor.
Yeah. The drama with her and Censor. This motherfucker took his fucking PC to Verizon to verify her text.
Okay. One thing about that I don't mention in the video because it's pure speculation, but I think Banks has some major dirt on her. Because the only time she's ever apologized to someone is that situation.
Got the dying girl.
That's the only time she's admitted fault.
Interesting. Well documented and told many times. So, how does she continue to thrive when her existence...
Yo, I saw that Tamimi clip. Shout out to Tamimi. She's the girl.
Imagine working so hard on something, like putting your whole life, devoting your whole life to it, and people just shoot you down saying, no, it's not yours, you didn't do that. They don't give you the credit for it.
What happened to the boosted Overwatch player? It's all just...
Somebody in the chat asked, why does she have such big glasses? Because she's trying to play into the whole, like, nerdy girl fucking, like, shit to appeal to the incels, dude.
She's doing the 90s nerdy girl look where
the
it's
thick
like
rimmed glasses
and the black plastic choker. You know,
vanished into like bland BuzzFeed style fluff pieces.
She hasn't tried to better herself over all of these years.
If she didn't criticize other women relentlessly for doing these things,
I don't think anyone she did.
If they catch us, we're dead.
What do we do now? We need to find the CyberLife warehouse. That's where they keep the spare parts and the blue drone.
Follow me.
There you go. Yeah. Wait, did you? Wait. I don't remember. I really understand those titles. Really? I would have said it's been
Watch out.
So you're working with
I'll find another way.
I use it like a few. I get a few different. Yeah, I used to be one of the managers on the side. Right? So the first month I was signed with them, they don't get Spanish. It wasn't good. Right? But after that, I never saw seeing Spanish again. So when my contract was up for renewal, I have multiple outlets for the It's been a very interesting show. You know who was sharing all the like retail again? Yo, this company will work with you should
Marcus, climb up here.
I'm doing $15 CPM, like for about 100.
Where the hell are you going?
2K. I think that's better. I think I told you about the sponsorship I got and like how much I made and like I was like way overpaid to and I'm like, yup. Do you remember?
Marcus, that way.
Don't say out loud, but I'll just be in here. And then we have to all that underpaid you might love.
Big glasses, big glasses. Yeah, that's bigger. I agree with that. Big glasses, big asses.
The warehouse is up ahead.
Okay, you guys, you can share your reaction just on the stage. I haven't got you that fucking somehow. I don't know how they got you that. Yeah, no, but that's the only sponsor I've ever had. It's the only one I've ever had. And it's like, dude, that was
Cyberlife warehouses.
They probably got
First, we have to get rid of that drone.
Yo, I just got a response from Full Bango or something I sent them yesterday.
What?
Full Bango. So I kind of like, I'm done with Full Bango. Because I was the guy behind the scenes secretly telling him, like, bro, like, you need to, like, chill, and this is what you need to do, like, so people don't fuck with you anymore because you're just making a fool of yourself, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I had enough of his shit because, like, I would try to help him, and he just wouldn't listen, right? So I was like, I'm done. So now I just, like, trolled him in DMs. And, like, there was, like, one of his followers were, like, coping because I made fun of him on Twitter. So I sent him a screenshot of one of his followers, like, hard coping. And I said, your followers are fucking retarded. And he's like, hey. I was like, bro, it's just banter, relax. And, like, 24 hours later, he responds with, K. He's such a fucking loser, dude.
God, I can even hear that message in his voice where he's like,
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Fucking loser, bro.
Alrighty, I gotta get out of here. It's almost 1 a.m. Central Time.
To be fair, I'm probably going to be heading out in a few minutes here, too. But all the callers, thank you guys so much for calling in. It's been appreciated.
Thank you for having us.
Yay!
For sure, for sure.
Happy birthday.
Peace out. Have a good one.
Have a good night. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Fuck, it's football time. Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, but I'm going to head out to you guys as well because it's probably a good time to wrap up the stream. But thank you guys for calling in. It's been fun.
Good night. Happy birthday.
Right.
Happy birthday. Night, everyone.
James Charles is at it again, flirting with men that he really shouldn't be. Although this time they're not underage, thank God. They're just straight, and he's trying to convince them to go gay for him. Which is weird, but honestly, they're both consenting adults having a consensual conversation. So I don't see this as predatory from James, but it is funny nonetheless, so let's check it out. This first came to my attention when Tommy Gabriel tweeted out, "Shock leak! James Charles is back at flirting and making straight men uncomfortable. The alleged screenshots reveal the benefits of being his boyfriend. In one text, James says, it's a really lucrative role. James used Instagram's vanish mode to attempt to prevent a leak. He then shows texts of James Charles essentially giving a job description for being his boyfriend. It reads out, it's a really lucrative role. It's called My Boyfriend. Requirements: 6'2" plus. You must love escape rooms, horror movies, and cuddling. Big dick, armpit hair, and an occasional FaceTime call. The salary is $0, but this is a good job offer, I think. Perks include a cute boyfriend with a great personality and a huge ass. Free living in a $10 million house in LA, fun travel opportunities, good head, and more. Well, James, that is quite the offer. You might want to edit your pitch a little bit, though, as the fact that this was made into a Twitter thread and I'm reading it now means this pitch might need a little bit of work. Speaking of the thread, it continues when Tommy says, James attempts to convince David to FaceTime him. David also alleges that James sent him 2 illicit photos after David declined to send a selfie to James. He then shares this video.
So it might be like, oh my god, David, you're annoying, over text, right? You don't know if I'm saying, like, oh my god, David, you're being annoying. Or like, oh my god, David, you're being annoying. Or like, oh my god, David, you're being fucking annoying. All 3 of those are completely different, like, emotions that you cannot see through text. You only get to actually experience those through a FaceTime call or through being in person. Even over the phone, you still miss out on things because you're missing somebody's facial expressions, right? So, because you refuse to hang out with people or because you refuse to FaceTime, you're not allowing people to actually get to know you as like a human being, and that's a massive problem whenever it comes to being in a relationship. You cannot fall in love with somebody simply just from text.
I mean, he's right, but if he doesn't want to FaceTime you, maybe, just maybe, he's looking to fall in love with you through the internet. Anyways, Tommy continues by saying, James messages David on TikTok to age check him. After the check, they move to Instagram vanish mode. He then shares a screenshot of James Charles saying, age check please, which I guess that's him doing his due diligence after all of the controversies he's been in for texting underage people, but I still think it's funny that he even has to say age check please. Like, he's really still going for guys that might potentially look underage. Anyways, Tommy continues when he says, David has a text conversation with a friend saying what similar articles about his past with guys are what is happening to him. The friend says he doesn't stop. He then shares some text messages between David and his friend. The friend says, the message from him at the top, straight to hell. David responds, it's funny, everything I read about the article is all stuff he said. The friend responds, he doesn't stop, to which David responds, yeah, he messaged me damn well, have a good night then, David. The friend replies, imagine if you said to the article. Tommy continues by saying, James knew he was straight in his vanish mode video he sent to David, attempting to make David feel wrong for saying no to a FaceTime or meeting in person. He then shares the same video that we already watched, so let's skip on over to the next part of the tweet where he says, James is getting allegedly jealous over the girl that David follows on Instagram. James mentions his body count and said to David, I just lost my competition with her, lol. The messages start out with James saying, I'm trying to see which of my friends are also staying here. Also, who's Enter Pointy? So honored to be one of the 2 people you follow. He responds, she's a girl I'm texting. I find it hard to find people that are actually interesting to talk to. James responds, wow, my competition, eh? I'm cuter. David responds, lol, you guys are both great. James responds, ouch. David responds, I only met her yesterday through a dating app. James responds, oh my god, and you already followed her? Bro. He then shares another set of DMs where James says, I'm gonna be so real with you. I just lost my competition with her in lol. If you count actual sex, my body count is like 4. But I don't even know how many guys I've hooked up with. Tommy then ends the thread by saying, after David going to TikTok to release the screenshots, James sent a message to him saying, go fuck yourself, David. Which, you know, honestly, I can't even blame James for that message. Is it weird that James is trying to go for a straight guy instead of an openly gay guy? Yes. But the straight guy in question willingly engaged in James's advances, with the only thing him saying no to being a FaceTime call or a meetup in person. And honestly, based on what I see, despite James's messages being cringy and funny to laugh at, I think David can only go wrong here for leading James on. But with that being said, this doesn't excuse any of James's past predatory behavior, which I do have documented on this channel, and I'll put those videos in the end card so you can check that out after watching this. But before we end the video, Tommy made one more bonus tweet to the thread where he shows a video confirming that James Charles knew the guy was straight.
So obviously, being that you are straight, I would assume you don't know a lot about, like...
Yeah, James, if you know he's straight and he's still talking with you, maybe he's just leading you on to expose you for clout later. Maybe just go for gay guys in the future. But I don't know. I'm not gay, and I honestly don't know if gay guys pursuing closeted bisexual guys to help them come out as gay later on is a thing that occurs that often. I know recently that Edwin's Generations, who claims he's straight, helped Salvo Pancakes cheat on his wife of 10 years when he had a threesome with him and another girl at Keemstar's house.
I guess Xylie's question to you, Edwin, is if you were like part of Salvo's cheating, why did you go and say that he had like such a loving relationship with his wife and stuff like that? I don't really understand that.
That's all that you've had.
Like,
Let's go.
Because you're privy to things that you did with Salvo, right?
But those could be true.
Take me with you.
Like, what is he
No. So he went on saying, like, I didn't know Salvo cheated. He had a loving relationship with his wife. So that's pretty clearly, if Edwin's involved with the cheating.
Like, I need to see what I actually said, because I don't know that I said, I didn't know that he cheated and he had such a loving relationship.
You did know about the cheating multiple times, yeah.
I helped you.
In your defense, you did have a few drinks.
It's not fair.
Yeah, I had a lot of drinks, and...
I helped you, and now you're just gonna leave without me? You're no better than human.
Yeah, but so sexting fans is like pretty cringe, but like actual like physical sexual activity is a lot worse, right? I guess in terms of marriage, right?
Yeah, in terms of marriage.
Over the fence, quick!
So if he was physical with you in any way, wouldn't that be the cheating? Why would you go on stream and say that's not the case? Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, okay, what is the public narrative versus the private one? Maybe I'm like fucking this up right now.
No, we didn't.
What are you talking about?
We didn't do anything physical besides a kiss on the camera.
What do you mean? Wait, okay, so you're going around talking about this bad stuff, and you want to have it on stream, and you're running two different stories.
We couldn't have done it without money.
That's not what you said to me 30 minutes ago.
What's the second story?
What did you say to you 30 minutes ago, Nick?
What did I say 30 minutes ago?
Wait, I'm so confused. Hold on. I'm so confused. Wait, I wrote you, and I said, is Keemstar lying about you hooking up with Salvo? And you said, no, at his house is true. Salvo didn't deny that in the beginning.
Free to die in silence, waiting for a change that's never gonna come.
With facts, but that's not me and Salvo directly.
But I don't want
Wait a minute, he told you 30
I
minutes
said, are you
ago.
hooking up with Salvo? You said, at the house is true. What are you talking about?
I was referring to whatever I was listening to at the time.
I don't know about you, but there's something inside me that knows that I am more than what they say.
Was what happened
I am alive.
At Keemstar's house.
They're not going to take
Keemstar
that
told
from
me
me
that
anymore.
you told him that fucking you and Salvo had let
Our
that you
days
sucked
of
Salvo's
slavery
dick.
are
So
over.
I asked you if that was the case.
What humans
and you
don't want to
said
hear, we will
yes.
tell them.
At his house.
What they don't want to
is
give,
true.
we take.
Salvo denied that in the beginning.
We are people.
Did you guys have sex or not?
We are alive.
You asked Salvo
We
about Midnight
are free.
I was watching along, and I was answering, yeah, no, like that. It's not lying about that.
So you did have sex with Salvo or some kind of thing?
No, I didn't have sex with Salvo.
So, Edwin, did you tell anybody else that you had sex with Salvo or any sexual or oral sex with Salvo of any kind?
No, are you saying he told you that I had oral sex with Salvo?
Well, I think that you told me that you had...
No, I never fucking told you.
I mean, wait, so... I don't understand.
What do you think he was referring to?
I feel like I just... Like, am I fucking crazy?
No, Nick, you're just misunderstanding and creating your own conclusion here. Just remember back to the part where Salvo described the bedroom. You know, there's this giant bed, you know, Michael Jackson style in the living room. You know, Salvo was on one side, I was in the middle, I was on the other side. Like, that's not me and Salvo fucking.
Here's what Nick writes to is keeps on lying about you guys hooking up with Salvo. So what do you think he's when you say that
There was a hookup, but I didn't hook up with Salvo.
So you didn't hook up with Salvo off camera, so what are you admitting to here?
Okay, the rumors of the threesome are true. That doesn't mean that the guys are fucking.
So you had a threesome with the girl, and then you knew Salvo cheated on his wife. Now, even if you don't fucking agree that he sucked his dick, you were part of his fucking infidelity. So why go on stream and lie to everybody saying you had no fucking idea?
Because the bitch fucking begged you to keep it private. I'll release the fucking recording, dude.
You don't have to say who it was. You can say you cheated on his fucking wife, Edwin.
You said his marriage is good, and you were involved with the sexual act that he was involved in, that his wife was not involved in. That's what Nick said.
Oh, I heard about some text messages. Yeah, you also watched him fuck your girlfriend, you cunt.
Fuck you, Nick. Woo!
about that? Stick that up your ass, man.
I never fucked anyone.
Okay.
Jesus. Why are you so fucking hungry for this shit? It's not even that interesting.
Well, it's interesting to me that you'd say one thing and something very different is going on. I mean...
Yeah, Tommy, it's interesting to me too, and this is a different Tommy than the Tommy I was talking about at the beginning of the video with the James Charles shit. This is Tommy C. He did an interview with Salvo Pancakes because there was a lot of controversy going around his infidelity and various other things, and of course Edwin was involved in that, despite adamantly claiming that he wasn't involved in Salvo cheating on his wife.
There is a point though that you did skip over from Brantley though. She says that you helped him cheat and you'd known for a good minute.
I helped him what?
You helped him cheat, Brantley says. What are you going to say to that?
Look, if she's gonna try to throw me in the bus, like, dude, Salvo literally, like, he knew about Salvo way in September when that happened.
Androids
He already admitted to that. Like, what? Don't try to do that.
I know why you insisted on coming here.
Anyway, he knew about the shits in September, and, you know, like, what?
I didn't really answer that.
When they didn't answer me, I didn't help them do anything. I didn't help them do anything, girl. Do not victim blame me. I'm a victim. I
just want to get the right response. I don't want you to answer this.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of Salvo. I'm officially a victim of Salvo.
Alright, you said you weren't a victim earlier.
I'm officially a victim of everything now.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, look at this. When they were joking about the piss king, he says, not me! So, you helped Salvo cheat? No, I didn't help him cheat. That's facts. I didn't help him cheat.
We've been assigned
100%.
involving androids.
You want to drill me? Call into the show. I didn't help him cheat.
Some pervert
But then again, Nick was gone, but if Bradley was gone, but that's fucked up, Bradley. I mean, do what you need to do.
If you want to learn more about Edwin in particular, go watch this video by Nicholas Torio, and if you want to watch the rest of the Salvo interview by Tommy C, I will also leave that in the description below. But I do want to make one more statement before I end off this video, because the reason I show you all that beyond to push the video past 8 minutes so it can get mid-rolls, is to tell you guys that Edwin Generations is not a good person. I've known this guy and been friends with him for 3 years. Over the past couple months, he's lied to me on many occasions, and when I confront him on the lie, he admits to the lie, but then lies to me even more. He covers girls' sexual abuse stories, only to lure them into calls with cards and talking about their story, and then using that as an opportunity to pursue them sexually.
When did Edwin talk about flying you out?
That was a couple calls in. That wasn't right away.
So within like the second month, because you said after the first month there was no calls, but it was the second month.
It was sometime in the second month.
So basically, while he was still working on your story, he was talking about flying you out.
Yeah.
This girl in question is someone that he hooked me up with and I was talking with in a serious manner for a couple months, and during that entire time my so-called friend was jacking off to her on FaceTime without telling me, and I only learned it from the girl and not from him.
Right. When y'all were FaceTiming, like, did he, like, y'all were just in the groove of doing things, or?
Well, I was, like, super drunk, so I don't remember how it, I don't really remember how it went exactly. I don't remember that night completely. I just remember my friend telling me, like, you were on FaceTime with Edwin and y'all did this. He was like, oh, this is kind of a conflict of interest, us talking like
Wait, he admitted it? He admitted to the conflict of interest? Oh my god.
He didn't die hard. He was strange.
And as previously shown in the Tommy C interview, he had sexual relations with Salvo Pancakes, a married man, and a man who a week prior to their sexual activity was saying this about me on Edwin's live stream.
I really hope you at least realize how
The
obvious
only way
it
to
is.
access is to react.
It's fucking smart. At least acknowledge
You
that.
can do it.
Look, it's love.
If I was ever publicly autistic, Salvo
If I
would
can,
never
you'll only be for a minute. Maybe
Oh, you don't think you could? Oh, what do you mean? You think that we only know that you're autistic because you told us? Are you serious, Josh?
Oh my god.
Nick, you acted San just now, by the way. Hold on a minute. Go back. You think we only know that you're autistic because you talk about it?
Well, I exhibit autistic traits.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. A lot of
It's not
almost
significant enough to guarantee no, I was diagnosed with autism.
Oh, yes, it is. Everything about you screams autism. Almost everything about you screams autism.
So, great. Thank you so much for joining. This has been good.
I'm glad that no one,
Tell me what happened.
During that stream, Edwin had no pushback at all, and I actually ended up leaving the stream, with Savo continuing to be on the stream for multiple hours past that point. I did confront him about this, and he did apologize, insisting to me that he was sorry, but then he flew out to meet him, kissed him on stream, and ended up fucking him in the ass harder than he's fucked me in the ass for the past couple months. So needless to say, I think Edwin's generation is a bad person, a bad friend, and a dangerous person to be in charge of any coverage in regards to sexual misconduct. This is not something I say lightly, this is not something I do ever on this channel, really, but I genuinely feel like it needs to be said that Edwin's Generations is a bad person, and I genuinely believe it's dangerous to have him cover any story involving sexual misconduct victims, especially if he is in contact with the victims himself. Anyways, I'm sorry that this turns from a James Charles video to an Edwin video. For those of you who are willing to hear me out for this extra chunk of video, even though it doesn't pertain to James Charles, I appreciate your viewership, and I appreciate you listening to me. If you want to hear more about this story, I'm going to make a video on the Salvo portion very soon.
Welcome back to another episode of N-Word News. Did James Charles really say the N-Word? Well, according to Joven on Twitter, he actually did say the N-Word. On his Twitter, he posted a screenshot of an Instagram DM seemingly from James Charles saying the N-Word straight to him. This tweet gained enough traction to where it actually got an official response from James Charles, to which he says, "This is absolutely not funny. Delete this immediately or my lawyer will be in contact." Then, of course, after James Charles replies, this tweet starts to circulate even more. Keemstar tweets it out by saying, "Yikes." To which Adam22 responds by saying, "Laughing out loud, I knew that response was on the way as soon as I saw the original tweet." Memology101 tweets out, "James Charles deleted the following tweet after getting owned. A sad story in 3 tweets. James Charles thinks he can sue someone for a tweet. He got the account of the other person suspended, by the way." Which did happen, but Joven quickly got unsuspended because it's a bit ridiculous to just suspend someone over a forged Instagram DM, and before anyone asks, this is 100% forged. It's very easy to fake DMs on Instagram. Most people know this, so the fact that James Charles just responded in such a radical way is kind of funny, in my opinion. Black Wolf Company responds to this saying, "James Charles doesn't want to be cancelled." Nathrotix says, "Hey James Charles, why did you threaten legal action on this man's meme only to later delete the threat?" And then he also shows an old tweet from James Charles, which is pretty questionable. Then memes his response by saying, "James, this is absolutely not funny. Please delete this or my lawyer will be in contact." So for the whole day, this whole debacle blew up to the point where Joven actually started trending on Twitter. So the next day, James Charles addresses all of this by saying, "It's scary to me that there are actual people on Twitter who crave attention so badly that they make fake screenshots to try and ruin others' careers and lives. It's not funny." Someone then said, "Sue and collect some taco money," to which James also responded to that by saying, "I don't want to give him the thrill of even taking him to court. Twitter is already helping me handle it." Someone else responds to James by saying, "James, literally take a joke." To which he responds, "Getting messages, death threats, and emails questioning one's character over a fake screenshot is not a joke." Someone responded to his original tweet saying, "It's not really funny, only getting about 160 likes. And then someone else responded saying, "It's hilarious, getting almost 6 times the likes." So you can kind of tell what people's general opinion on this are. So of course people take this opportunity to meme him up a bit more. Just Jargon says, "It's scary that some people don't know what jokes are and are willing to threaten legal action against the people who make them. Now that's not funny." Black Wolf Company says, "You made it more of an issue, you little princess. You reacted to bait, you took an L. Stop playing the victim because you played yourself." I also decided to respond to this by saying, "It's scary to me that there are actual people in the social media industry who fall for attention bait, and then get mad when the person they gave attention to benefits from their stupidity. It's not funny." Optimus then replies to me by saying, "Josh, this is absolutely not funny. Delete this or my lawyer will be in contact." Then I follow up my last tweet by saying, "Someone made a fake screenshot of me saying it's my tremble. This is scary. My life is flashing before my eyes." Now what's interesting to me about all of this is not the controversy itself, but it's who it happened to and how that reaction has benefited him so heavily. So for those of you who don't know,
Joven is an upcoming social media influencer who makes a living off begging for donations. If you look up his name on Google, there's a bunch of articles that show up talking about how he does constant live streams, constant updates of his life on both Twitter and Instagram, and uses his constant interaction with his fan base to get donations through PayPal, Patreon, Vimeo, etc. So having James Charles respond to his tweet in this way is actually the best thing that could have happened to him, and he's been reaping the rewards pretty well. He gained about 50k new followers on Twitter, and used this opportunity to launch his new merch line, which ended up giving him about $78k in sales. That is... I gotta forge people saying the N-word more often because that's a lot of money. But as a viewer, the best part about all this has to be Joven's reactions on Twitter. They have been absolutely hilarious. So join me as we take a deep dive into his Twitter and look at some of the tweets he's been making over the past few days. And trust me, there's a lot. I sifted through hundreds of tweets to get to the tweets you're gonna read now.
Let's try this.
So starting off here, you can already kind of get a feel for how Joven acts on Twitter. He responds to his original tweet by saying, "Why do you enjoy black gay men of color wokeness being called Nick Gurr?" Clearly showing that he is indeed a troll, which makes it even more funny how James ended up responding. He continues to egg James on by replying to his lawyer-threatening tweet by saying, "Why did you call me an N-word, James? This is absolutely not funny. Delete this immediately or my lawyer will be in contact. Now can all you makeup majors stop explaining the law to me? Lol. I really hate when white women threaten to sue me. Like, it legit makes me mad, because I know they can't read."
We hate James Charles. He's disgusting, worm breath, says Negro XX Live, has no friends, narcissist control freak. In no way LA even likes him. So, I'm not pressed about that. What else? He's racist, so is Shane Dawson, so is Emma Chamberlain.
It's all the blue-haired tracer. I know which way it went.
We don't go for it. I don't have anything to say besides, like, literally, James Charles, you cannot sue for edited screenshots. I love making YouTubers learn. It's my favorite thing. Learn to ignore me because I'm not even in the same arena. I'm just throwing bombs over there, girl. We're not playing the same game.
What did your mom say?
We're not playing the same game. I don't like you. Just ignore me.
After James deleted his reply, Joven tweeted out, "James' lawyer must have told him that intense." And then he follows it up by saying, "Send all the legal funds here, linking his donation links." Holy shit, that is just shameless. And I love it. It's absolutely shameless, and I respect the shit out of it. Imagine thinking you're the hottest shit on the planet for selling sheet makeup to 14-year-olds and getting virtually demolished by a 25-year-old digital beggar with alcoholism every 6 months. If James ended up reading that one, that's gotta sting. Holy shit. Thank you, James Charles. I was gonna wait a week to drop merch. Dumbass ostrich. Do you know how many sales I made tonight, bitch? I finna buy a plane. I am not the right race or sexuality to properly pronounce that sentence, but I guess you'll just have to live with that subpar pronunciation. Y'all are really letting a gay person with bipolar disorder become the biggest weapon against a white loser on YouTube. Right here we had someone who replied to James with Joven's Venmo, and she got blocked. You must be so triggered to just block people off that one message. We have a funny prediction tweet that Joven retweeted that says, "Joven Hill's popularity will skyrocket because of an argument with a famous celebrity. You can hate on me all you want. I manipulate white people better than anyone. James, take me to court. My aunt said we can even do a countersuit if you want." Joven replies to the tweet where James Charles said Twitter's gonna handle it, kind of mocking him, saying, "Here I am." He never got suspended. Poor James. Someone asked Joven why he isn't blocked by James already, and he replies, "So he can't play Vixen, not on his cracker watch." In the middle of all this, Joven, of course, promotes his Patreon, because why wouldn't he? Then someone replies with, "Promoting merch after igniting beef. I don't know a better man." But then Joven corrects him by saying, "Igniting beef to promote merch." Now that is the ultimate marketing tactic. Y'all can't gaslight the ultimate gaslighter. Let me lose his account. Watch how fast I post every YouTuber in the 20-mile radius saying the N-word in a badass compilation. Y'all better move on. Dude, the fact that he is this unfiltered on Twitter and just goes off saying anything, not worrying about suspension at all, is honestly admirable in a way. Okay, I'm not saying you're all idiots, but you're far from legal experts, and no offense, I'm a making sense. Do you think Stan Twitter would exist if you could get sued for making up shit about celebrities online? Please, I'm begging you to think. I'm pleading.
Joven retweets a fake tweet made by James Charles that says, "Count your fucking days." Imagine if he actually said that. That is an aggressive use of the N-word right there. Joven tweets out, "I haven't stopped thinking about this," showing a screenshot of a James Charles fan saying, "This is absolutely not funny. Delete this immediately or my lawyers will be in contact." To which someone replies, "You literally follow James and have his catchphrase in your bio. What the fuck are you doing?" To which she replies, "I like Joven better," converting the James Charles fans. That's exactly what he wants to see and what I love to see when I get in arguments with bigger creators. Pop Crave, which I think is a news outlet for social media, never really heard of them, but they say, James Charles set the record straight after a fabricated screenshot of the YouTube star sending the N-word over an Instagram DM goes viral. And then Joven responds with all of his donation links. Holy shit, the shamelessness. It actually ended up getting more likes than the original tweet. Twitter emailing me directly to delete tweets. I guess someone in support is enjoying the show. Selling my James Charles palette for your merch. And then sends an image of her defacing a James Charles palette that actually has a signature from him. I know where it went. That's amazing. Follow me. That's dedication. James not blocking me is so funny. Like, why not? Why not, sister? Sometimes I don't realize how exhausting social media is until I'm tired, and I ain't done shit but tweet. Now imagine actually having to go through your tweets, organize them, filter them out, and then do voiceover. Please appreciate me. I am a living meme that cannot be destroyed, only deleted. Wait. Someone hire me to ghost tweet at James Charles. Imagine Joven being your Twitter guy. That would be a double-edged sword, to say the least. I should send him merch. I can't believe he said he'd sue me. Like I don't know every black lawyer in America. Someone sends Joven a long message to which he replies, "I didn't read this. Too late. 55K in a day." Then this is when some of the drunk tweets start flowing in. James Charles said N-word. Fuck white people. Fucking lames. I'm here forever, bitch. James called me an N-word. James called me an N-word. James called me an N-word. Jesus, this is getting out of hand. Even Keemstar agrees. James Charles is a racist. Shane Dawson is a racist. Emma Chamberlain is a racist. You defend them, you a racist. Unfollowing YouTubers on Instagram before exposing makes... Okay. I think I've read enough tweets from Joven.
This is absolutely not a video I ever thought in a million years that I would be making.
So James Charles' good friend and long-term supporter Caddy just uploaded a 43-minute video exposing James Charles, aptly titled "Bye Sister," which as of recording this has resulted in over 3 million subs lost within the span of 5 days. The most sub loss we've ever seen on YouTube. Holy shit, James Charles must have done some insane shit to warrant this, and to a lot of people, it is warranted. But honestly, after looking into the situation, I feel like the people who are on the side of Caddy are either seeing this through an extremely biased lens, or are being manipulated by Caddy's video due to some evidence that she decided to not present in the video that would have weakened her case against James Charles. So the 2 points that are brought up against James Charles in this video that are causing him to lose subscribers are him trying to have sex with straight guys.
Oh my god, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out.
And Cathy feeling betrayed after James Charles promoted her competitor.
I also want to give a quick shout out to Sugar Mary Hair. I met their team on weekend one at Coachella, and they really helped me and my friends out with Sister Security.
Everybody was
crazy. And I hope we already know about their iconic hair abandonment.
While she did a bunch of business stuff to help James Charles essentially be at the place he is today. Without Cathy, he probably wouldn't be as successful money and social media wise as he is currently.
I had a lot of influence at the time. My channel was much bigger. Come on my channel, do my makeup. We started talking pre-Cover Girl, so we're talking before everything exploded. My husband would spend hours on the phone looking over contracts, getting him in a better position. So we helped him get into Style Hall back when basically no one wanted to work with him because of his Ebola scandal. And everyone was really afraid that he was very toxic. But once again, we had his back. They got a boutique management around him. They finally taught him how to monetize his videos. He was making $90 a video, and because of me and my husband, he was making $2,500 immediately from a switch being flipped because
his former management did not go in and do that for him.
So based off these two situations, she's really trying to push the idea that James Charles really just doesn't give a shit about people because he forces stray guys to try and have sex with him and doesn't respect the help Taddy gave him because he promoted her competitor, and those two things combined show that James Charles is just not a good person and doesn't really care about people. But I feel like that's blatantly untrue, because as soon as James Charles found out that Taddy was upset about him promoting his competitor, he issued this apology. I want to publicly apologize to my close friend Taddy. She's been like a mother to me since my first days in this industry and has given me more love, support, resources, and advice than I could ever ask for. This weekend I did an Instagram story for sleep vitamins I've been taking. Because the brand helped me with security when the crowd around me at Coachella became unsafe. I did not accept any money for the post. As most of you know, Taddy has a vitamin brand which I take on a daily basis, but in the moment I did not think about the competition, which was a major oversight. I've supported Taddy both online and off, though she's done for me, and I am devastated that I hurt someone that I truly love and have endless respect for. Taddy dismisses this apology by saying that the only reason he made it was to do damage control because he was in contact with other drama channels.
I knew that I needed to talk to James, and I was planning on hopping in my car and, sitting down with him, but I changed my mind very, very quickly when I found out that he had been giving his side to drama channels. He had been in contact with plenty of them. I immediately knew that this was all about damage control and had little to do with his care for me, because I just don't think that he does.
But then we also have this drama channel reaching out to James Charles to comment on the situation, and he says he would rather resolve it privately rather than publicly with Taddy. So unless James only declined this drama channel in particular, Taddy's hunch about James contacting drama channel to try and do damage control is pretty much incorrect. And this is something she could have looked up, because this video from Spill the Tea is over 2 weeks old at this point. So if the promotion was a genuine mistake and oversight by James Charles, what else do you really expect him to do? He made a public apology after she made a public call out, and then decided to solve everything privately once Taddy was ready to approach him. I don't really see what else James could have done in this scenario, besides not make the mistake of promoting her competitor in the first place. And considering all the reactions and responses James has given to Taddy ever since this sponsor drama began, this idea of betrayal is really far-fetched to me. He seems like super sympathetic and sad that he accidentally did this to Taddy, and nothing he's done since that sponsorship indicates to me that he is trying to backstab Taddy in any way. If anything, it indicates the opposite because of how heartfelt and considerate his responses were.
When I confronted him on it, he cried, he apologized. Right after that sponsored post went up, to have a text like, "Hey mom, love you, I'm stressed. Just so you know, XYZ, I just did this post, but it's no big."
He messaged you after doing it, informing you that he did it, saying that it wasn't a big deal. Maybe he actually thought it wasn't a big deal. I mean, if he did know this was a big deal and was trying to sneak it behind your back, why would he mention it to you in the first place? Wouldn't he hope that you just didn't notice and then take the money and run? In the video you keep bringing up, oh, he knew this would be devastating to me prior to him making the deal. Maybe this was intentional, but all of his responses indicate to me that this was a legitimate mistake. The only evidence you have of this being done out of malicious intent is that he contacted drama channels for damage control, but in reality they contacted him and he refused to give a public statement.